breaks when you put that out way back in the day.
Yeah.
Um, so going from Lone Catalyst to that, and you had the Breaks Volume 2 a few years later, um, is that why that was so important to you to do early on as a quote unquote solo artist?
Yeah, I just got the breaks came out when I got my first MP. That was about the same time. So I'm starting to make beats. And again, most of the beats I'm sampling, again, I got an MP to go back to fuck what these dudes was fucking with. I didn't go back to find my own samples. I wanted to fuck with what they was fucking with. You know what I mean? So I spent a whole year, even now, I still do it now. So I love going back and messing with the samples, not always the famous samples. There might have been a B-side on a KMD single or something that I like, and I want to go back and find that sample and mess with it. So, and this was before the internet when I got my MP. So it was just about going through those vinyl records and just finding it, like just having my moment where I found the Impeach the President break. When I found that on vinyl, I had to go through my own discovery of digging. I didn't, J. Rawls, Hi-Tek, Son, they went digging. Fat John, they went digging, but I didn't have no reason to go digging because I didn't have a record player or a beat machine. So now it's my turn to go digging. It's my turn to go through my records and see what's on them. So I just had to go through that discovery, paying dues. I had to go through that period where I got my vinyl collection up and I got my sound collection up. So instead of having to dig on the vinyl for, hey, it's on this disc now. All the James Brown sound, man, I ain't got many on the disc. So I just had to go through those levels of production. But I always take it back. Anytime I'm at a roadblock, a writer's block, whatever, I take it back to the four elements of hip hop. And as far as I take it back to Beat Street, I take it back to that era, those sounds at Crush Groove. I just go back there, breakdancing, graffiti. I just go there. I don't go to strip club. I don't go to trap. I go right back to the four elements, and then I come back to it and then see what I got. But that's so important for me as a producer and somebody who makes beats is that end of the 80s. Like I said, you're gonna hear a lot of Public Enemy shit you heard on the P album. Maybe it's a or something like that you're familiar with from Pete. You're gonna hear on my shit. Yeah, definitely.
And then how did you find once you got your equipment, what did you feel production wise that you got differently from playing on a keyboard versus using an MPC versus, using vinyl or these different things? Because they're all different skill sets. How did you feel you got different things out of each one?
Okay, well, I was an MP guy. The keyboard is new because I have a kid that plays it. She reads the music, she does all that crazy stuff. So it's more her than me. But I know that when I can sneak in here and do what I got to do as far as my production. But I want to say 80% of it's done on the MPC because that's the tool that I had, and it's just using the MP, it's kind of like using a computer. It's kind of like using Excel when you're doing your taxes or something. The MP, especially now because they got the screen, but you can see the waves. Like when somebody DJs, they verse DJing vinyl no Serato and DJing Serato. It's like you see the wavelengths. You see a wave of where the snare hit, and you can chop it right before. So it's just again just having the ability to take those sounds and manipulate them and put them where you think they should go. You know what I mean? And that's probably where I get out of it more now using the MPC. Now using the keyboard, you, the keyboard, I want to say, gives you more rhythmic freedom as far as like say you're playing a bass line, you want to get real funky, you know what I mean? Like no, all that type stuff, or playing strings or stuff and stuff like that. So I like using it for that. Like, say I want to put some strings, or I want to put some effects on the hook or whatever, or sprinkle stuff on it. It's easier to use the keyboard and the sounds. I use Logic, so it's easier to just go into Logic. But it just depends on, honestly, it just depends on the sound I'm looking for. With the keyboard, you're going to get more non-sample. I'm playing it, so of course you're gonna get more non-sample stuff. And with the MP, you're gonna get majority of samples. And that being said, I'm an artist who really doesn't have to worry about the sample. I mean, it's not a badge of honor, but I'm an artist that really doesn't have to worry about sampling too much. You know what I mean? I'm not a mainstream. I always looked at myself as under the radar artist. You know what I mean? So I take whatever the fuck you ain't nobody paying attention but hip hop heads. So I don't have those constraints really artistically. So if I want to get some James, if I want to sample some Prince, or I don't know how it's going to I don't know how it's going to proceed, because digitally they're picking it up. Like, if you got a little fragment of it and the AI can pick it up, you get something in the copyright. But right now it's not a problem. So I just sample, dude. Like I don't, honestly, I don't want no beats without a sample. Like, I don't want those. Although there's been tons. Like, my revelation that I just found out from that tiny desk is that I didn't know Mike Dean was making all those rap a lot beats.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I didn't
lots
know.
lots of them.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So just, and that's the thing about this artistry and this music. You find out new stuff every day, and it's just mind blowing, and it's inspirational too. Finding out Mike Dean made those beats, because I've never heard of Mike Dean till Kanye started
Oh
doing
wow.
those. Yeah, I'd never heard of Mike Dean till Kanye did the Jesus album, I think, something like that. And that's when I got hip to, like, who's this guy? Why is he with Kanye? And I'm just wondering. And then come to find out somebody's history, and you're just like, wow, okay, okay, that's why he's at that spot. He earned that spot. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I had him on Unique Access. Shout out Mike Dean. Uh, and the crazy thing about it is his history is so deep and so varied, working in Texas with a lot of the Houston artists, and just a lot of material all the way up to
Mhm.
Travis Scott. He's doing some massive, massive stuff. And
Yeah.
I'd mentioned the Breaks Volume One. Shout it out. I see the vinyl there on your wall, so shout out to
Oh yeah,
that.
no doubt. Yeah, yep. So
Now, as far as your evolution, because Mike Dean had a remarkable evolution for you with the Women LP and the ABORVFT
yeah.
albums, from Lone Catalyst up to your solo material, you would have stuff along both of those lanes, I would say. So
Mhm.
but that I wouldn't say was the overwhelming majority of what you guys as Lone Catalyst represented. So what later in the game has made you want to explore these things and kind of focus on them a little more?
Bro, being black, bro, it's like, honestly, being black, you have no choice but to pay attention to what's politically going on in this country, or you'll be dead. Uh, so it's just, I mean, it just comes from family conversation. My uncle, everybody in my family you talk to is it's especially when Trump, because honestly, check it out. When Trump became president, I was on my way to New York City. Quality was DJing. And I'm thinking about to have a Hillary party. You know what I mean? I get to DC, I get to New York. He's DJing. By the time he gets up there, he's like, "Yo, Trump won." I'm like, "What?" And so that shock felt through black family. Like, hey, my daughter Kayla, she was crying. And again, I was like, well, it don't matter who the fuck president. America's gonna be America. That type of mindset, very naive mindset, I want to say at that, because this was before all the MAGA really took off. You know what I mean? So when that happened, I was kind of like, well, man, whatever. He's gonna be president. It's gonna be over with. But no, the surge of just the right wing and the right way of thinking, and I understand everybody has their point of view where they're looking for survival of their people. You know, whether it's your family, whether it's people that look like you, whether it's people that think like you, whether it's people that are in the same community, you know, races and whatnot. Everybody's trying to survive. So I understand the point of view from somebody from the right saying, well, hey, this is affecting me and my family. I'm in West Virginia, one of the poorest states in the country, and I'm worried about this stuff. You know what I mean? So I understand that, but I have to worry about how it's going to affect black people, people that I love, and people that I'm taking care of. So once Trump became president, I'm watching CNN every day. I never watch CNN. I'm watching CNN like the Cosby Show. So it's just you're taking in all of this information, whether it's fake or not. You're just taking in it, and then they got to the point 2020. What, y'all gonna vote for him again? Oh, okay, hold on. Let me just do two quick projects real quick, man. Because one came out right before the election, one came out right after the election, and it was just, I just wanted to put something. Okay, black, you're gonna vote for Biden. You see, I don't care, whatever, whatever, and it's still that way, honestly. That I personally see. 2024, if you're black, you better, because there's a lot of hip hop, there's a lot of young people right now talking about, oh, I'm with Trump, and it's just, again, I believe America, you can feel how you want it. It's a land of freedom. You can vote for who you want, you can marry who you want, you can sleep with who you want, all of that. But I'm just talking about a professional decorum, like Soren, you're very professional. You're very presidential in your delivery, way more than I am. And that's the type of attitude and type of person that you can make all the Joe Biden jokes you want. I laugh at him too, but guess what? He's not like vulgarly embarrassing us. He might embarrass us when he trips or something like that or whatever. I had fun, but he's not vulgarly embarrassed. I guess that's the best word I could use for Trump, but just vulgarly embarrassing us. All again, I don't judge anybody, but all the divorces, all the grabbing the pussy, all the just all the locker room shit. Man, I don't want my president to be a locker room dude. I want my president to be fucking
You want them to be respectful.
yeah, man. The things that I'm not, I couldn't be president because I'm not that. But I want my president to at least have those common values, like. I mean, Barack Obama. I mean, if you say whatever you want to say about him, but he's going to be respectful in that meeting with whoever he's dealing with, and that's all you ask for is that. People are going through shit. Handicap, just so transgender, just so many different categories for existence for humans, not only in this country but around the world, where people are trying to figure out what they are, categorize themselves, and feel comfortable living, and just feel comfortable living, and to shit on somebody for that. I don't dig that. I don't dig that. When he made the joke about the reporter who was handicapped, I don't dig that. You know what I mean? Not for my president, for my barber maybe, but not for my president. So that's why the political shit had to come, bro. Because it's just like and the police killings again. From Pittsburgh, Johnny Gamage. He was one of the first, black known killings that I got hip to as far as police killing blacks. In Pittsburgh, Johnny Gamage, and but that was it. And then maybe you hear about another one. But then once like Trayvon Martin happened, it just kept happening. Like, wait a minute, we know what happens, but it's a different society. Everybody has a phone. Everybody's communicating way different than when we were in college. So I never knew what was happening in Chicago. Nowadays, I'm right on the block, bro. I might as well buy some drugs because I'm right here on my phone right on O Block. You feel what I'm saying? So just get more information about more people going through more stuff, and when you find out, hey, it might be based on race. How about that? It might not be a coincidence. Matter of fact, let's look at the stats. Oh wow, it is based on race. So being a black man, you feel a certain way.